Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors in Winston, Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Got a big show, as always, lined up for you. And first, we always want to take a look at our weather, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard, and a hard-working crew taking care of everyday comfort needs. About a high of 60 and a low of 40. That's pretty close. It had a little bit of wind and a little bit of wetness there, but it sort of came on through. Those storms, man, sometimes they come through powerful. And a lot of rain, a lot of wind, but I'm glad to get them. It just sort of clears the air, as my dad would say, sort of clear the air out of here and having some nice days of good, clear vision and all. Water temperature brought to us, well, it's actually 67.1. I've got a new sponsor coming in with water temperature. That's some exciting news about that. River readings brought to us by Panama City Coca-Cola, of course. Look at the Apalachicola Blufftown, man, is it shooting up, 8.2. It's going up high, and the Choctaw Caryville, same. They're duplicating each other. That was a 4.9, well, we'll call it 5 foot, so 8 foot and 5 foot. So they're going up. We have rising water for the weekend. Tide chart always brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Decent tides today, but like I said yesterday, that Saturday tide is going to be really strong. So we're looking at a low this morning at 457 and a high at 608. And our wind direction come northeast. All right, so before we close out on the weather, this little angel is real special to Gail because it's an old one, and it keeps, when I move the tree around, it falls off the tree. So this morning it fallen off the tree. So I just want to have a witness that I did put the angel back on the tree. Okay, and all right, there you go. So we don't know how long she's going to stay, but she's on there now. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, folks. We're looking at getting our pictures lined up. We've got some really good pictures to show you, but well, let's start with this one right here. This is Jimmy Rogers sent this. I always love when they send about the grandson fishing. Okay, Jimmy, thanks for sending. Look, you can see we call that a ditch. That's the intercoastal waterway. It's amazing. It's really some beautiful, just riding through there. Just really cool stuff. A lot of trees are falling in, but some are really standing strong. But grandson fishing in the ditch. You can tell now he's going to be a good fisherman. Look at there. He's got a big old smile on his face. We're talking about how cold it's going to get. I got this. This was Mr. Nichols way out there in Colorado. They're talking about our hot hands. Remember I had those last week and talked about them. We used these hot hands warmers for skiing out here in Colorado. They were really nice. Just be aware that they take a good 15 minutes to get hot. Then it should last all day. Plus, it was 20 degrees when he sent this the other day. So I used them over the weekend, and over my trip to Alabama, they were great. A whiting as big as this is a slot red here, and a whiting just as big as it. That's big time. Choctaw River, J.B. Hillard, he's always about weekly. He's catching a mess of fish each week. Okay, good job, J.B. Okay, Larry Brown sent this to me. Billy Brown and Larry Brown brothers, and he took his buddies fishing. I believe he came down from somewhere in Alabama. But look at that nice. Look at that nice redfish there. And here's the story. I'm gonna tell you the story behind this. Look at that. That's two different redfish now. See that one's got one spot on that one, and I've got two spots. Okay, here's the story behind that. Larry called me. He was excited about it. Larry lives over there in Bunker. He's got a just good, quiet, peaceful, beautiful area, and he and his wife, they just have a great time over there. But on the week before last, on my famous Friday fishing report, I talked about the Choctaw Bridge. I said it's going to be a strong flow. I said redfish will be hanging out there now, and sure enough, a lot of times I say stuff, and I know y'all pay attention to everything I say, and I wouldn't either probably, but he took me up on that and took his buddy fishing the next day. And that's when he caught those redfish. So he wanted to call and tell me that famous Friday fishing report was right on for him. So thank you, Larry Brown, for sending that. I hope you all are doing well. Moving along. All this is personal stuff now. People sending things. Francis Francis sent this right here. Hey, Winston, how do you like my portable redneck cleaning table? They were biting good today. I caught more brim too. That's not a bad idea. Clean them on an old ironing board because you don't have to bend over. Good job, Francis. This is in Panama City spearfishing. This is interesting here. I don't know Emily, but she did a good job. Emily and Philip nailed off Panama City this past weekend. Also noted swim here from the Dog River way to our west. So what happened, this is a tagged flounder. Okay, see the tag right there? It's tag number 2044. And then, of course, you just texted in the number. And here's where it was. Okay, let's put it's caught right here, right offshore at Bay County. And here's the Dog River way over there. That goes into Mobile Bay, and they have some huge flounder over there. So that's interesting. He went from west to east, and it was tagged October of 23, and he was caught in December of 24. So it didn't last long. It was actually length was almost 16 inches. Okay, and here's a picture of Emily with the fish. Those divers this time of year, if you're willing to dive and all, you can get some big flounder because they're out there spawning right now. And I hope they don't get all of them, just let some of them go. I like this one. Let's raise children who can name plants and animals, not celebrities and brands. Isn't that a lot of good news in that? Get them outdoors doing stuff. A lot of schools are doing this. I know Bozeman has a good FFA program, and other schools do too. And they don't have to be in the program, just get outside and do some plants and everything. Speaking of Bozeman, don't forget, Saturday morning, 9 to 12, hot pancakes and Christmas on the farm. And they had the ladies on, and they were excited about being on, and we're gonna run up there and get some pancakes and see everybody and see some of the animals. Okay, one more, here we go. Levi Bubba Phillips, one of our loyal viewers. Good morning, Coach Chester. A great hunt with the grandkids on the river this morning and made it to school on time. Now, did y'all read that? A great hunt with grandkids. Also, he finished up and made it to school on time. Now, here's the pictures. They took the kids wood duck hunting. Look at those wood ducks. They limited out on them. They was all right here. There's Bubba. And they got the kids back in time and got them in school. Now, I replied to Bubba, I said, you certainly have your priorities straight. You're taking the kids in the outdoors before school, but yet you're getting them to school on time. And I said, that's awesome. So Bubba Phillips, good job. Levi Bubba Phillips. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Some of y'all may have seen this. It happened last week at the gator python is right here. We'll go and start rolling right now. Python seen dragon. Okay, this is down in the Everglades. This gator has this huge python. The coolest thing about it to me, let's see, it actually made national news. The coolest thing, it actually bit the head off of the python. Obviously, see right there to the end of it right there, the gator's head had been bitten off. And then, of course, he captured it. And this is a tour group out, and then you listen to the people talking about it, they say, oh my goodness, they could not believe it. Because this is rare. But that shows how huge that python was. And obviously, the python was way back in the Everglades where these hunters couldn't find them. So that's how it got to be that big, because normally, those hunters get out there and catch and kill a bunch of those things. That's a non-native. I just thought, is that not nature at its finest right there? As a predator and all, and it's just really, really cool stuff. It's about a 2-minute video. I'm just going to show you a minute or two. But one thing I noticed too, just watching this, I just watched it in awe, that a gator tail, look, he's not moving his legs. I don't know if you can see, his tail is doing all the propelling. And that's why every time I eat gator tail, it's always tough. And that's why right there. But isn't that amazing? He moves his front legs, but don't move his back legs. You don't get to see this every day.
Is Jeff here?
Yeah, so anyway, that's a gator pulling a python, okay? All right, so, all right, now, we'll move on to some more stuff here. One of the things in Woods and Water, I got my December issue in, and they sort of been coming late, but in the woods and water, I was looking up. There's some interesting information here. This is this month's issue, and I love looking through and reading the stories because it's about woods and water. But I ran across something interesting and actually talking about the bear. I got it right here. No, that's the wrong one. Let me see. I had the bear anywhere somewhere. Here it is, right here. Okay, this is the story. FWC to here actually is going on right now. The FWC is meeting down in Lakeland, December 11th and 12th. But this is interesting because a lot of people ask about this, and it's interesting. And this bear management plan, okay, and I won't read you the whole article, of course, but they're talking about it. And you look back on the history, okay, this plan was, okay, over in the right column, in 1974, bears were listed as a state designated threatened species. I mean, that was in 1974, they had less than 300 bears. So they moved on, then they started a conservation movement. They endangered species. They talked about the plan to updated. And researchers right now, this is what I want to show you. Researchers estimate the statewide population showed an increase in bear population greater than 50% between 2000 and 2015. Today there are more than 4,000 bears occupying 51% of their historical range. Earlier they only occupied 17%. In other words, they've been hunted out. So right now they're back in about 51% of their land. I just thought that was and you know, it's interesting. It goes on. It just the big thing right here, the human and the bear conflicts about humans and all. So you got that's the problem they're dealing with. But it was really good to have that many actual bear, and they're talking about human saving the bears, and now we almost got too many of them. So you got to balance it out. But the big problem is there's just so many more of us out there in their habitat, and that's where the problem comes from. So that's really, I was really pleased to read it. It's a good story too. One more story. I'm talking about woods and water. I got one more story out of there. This is, I always like to read, they do reports from all over the place. This is the Panama City report. Captain Chris Wee does it. He owns the double W charters, Chris Wee. And but he's got a good idea. December, get the Emerald Coast Inshore Slam. We call it a Panhandle Outdoor Slam, but catching a redfish, speckled trout, and flounder. And this is a good, believe it or not, this is a good time of the year to do that. Now, speckled trout are real easy to catch. Flounder should be easy to catch, and you know how easy redfish are to catch. So finger mullet, bull minnows on a Carolina rig. But that's just something good to be looking at this time of year. If you get a chance to. The weather always during December has always been a nice time to go. Believe it or not, it hadn't always been cold during December. Okay, I got a couple more pictures. Let me see. I'm gonna put them up. I was on the gator. Let me see. Got the tag. Right here. Okay, we got it right here. This is where we are. Okay, we'll get back to where I was. Okay, Ernie Martin over there in Crestview. This is Tate Sweet from Crestview with a nice local buck. That is a nice one. Good job, Tate, over there in the western end of the Florida Panhandle. Mike Westbrook sent this to me. Winston, my grandson Tristan shot his first deer this weekend on property in Middle Georgia. He is 11 years old and first time in the woods. It will be hard for him to be humble with this being his first deer. Mike Westbrook, Panama City, Florida. And is that not a great picture? Yeah, it's all downhill from here because you don't get that many opportunities to take a buck that size. So good job, and thank you, Mike, for sharing that with us. That's a nice buck right there. Okay, this is they had that big doe contest. We didn't get to advertise it. I wanted to talk about it ahead of time. We just didn't get it on in time. But last weekend they had the biggest doe contest, and it was put on by Lat and Long Tracking and Sith Big Game Recovery at DOA Wild Game Processing. So congratulations to Brady Lee for winning, especially since this was his first year. So that's one of the Good job on the big doe contest. And we'll get next year when we do this, we'll get more information. We'll get more information out there, and that's a good idea on getting those does and having really a contest with it. So thank Latin Long Tracking for doing that. Good folks over there. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing game times today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. We're looking at 7:32 to 9:32 this morning and this evening from 7:58 to 9:58. You know, we always talk about controlled burns and how important they are to the environment, and because, you know, it sort of looks, everything's sort of charred for a year or so, but then it just sprouts up beautiful. And our state park system does a great job with the controlled burns, and Aaron Richmond and some of those guys from the Forestry Service. Aaron posted, I'm going to show you some pictures. St. Andrews State Park, last week, if you notice all that smoke and all, it was sort of coming from St. Andrews State Park. But I just want to show you the picture from their controlled burn because I just thought it was really cool. And I thought this one here, I mean, look at that palm tree there. Now, you would think it'd be destroyed, but all of that's the dead stuff coming from it. And then here's some more, there's a line of it. Well, I thought that was cool. And here these guys, guys and girls, they just get with the wind and know what the wind's doing, and they have that little, I call it a torch or whatever, they're lighting it up, and there they are here. There's a group of them doing it, and it's a great environment to doing it because you have borders, you know, you have water all around you, almost, and then here it is right here. Good job. And there it is. There's got a sand dune there, and that's a healthy state park as far as, especially after the storm. Now they've gotten all that dead trees and all out of there. And so I got a group picture here. There's a group of them right there. It's about 13 of them, 14, 15 maybe. It's a big group of them. So good job, Forestry Service, in doing all that. All right. Now I want to move on to this past weekend. As you know, we talked about going to the. Gail and I was able to go up there with two other couples right there north of Monroeville, Alabama. It's located about halfway between Mobile and Montgomery, about halfway there, sort of off the interstate, but it's way back in the woods. Shane and Suzanne Van were our host, and they just it was just a wonderful time. I wanted to. It was just a special. It's always fun going up there. There's three couples. These guys have a passion. All three of us have a passion for hunting, and the girls have a passion for shopping. We tell them so we can hunt in the morning, take them out for lunch during the middle of the day, let them shop a couple of hours, and then get back to the woods from about 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock or 5:30. So anyway, it's a win-win for all of us, and it was just so much fun. So. And I just, I told you about getting my new gun, my 243, and I just felt driving up there. I told God, man, I feel good about this trip. I have this good feeling about this trip. We were just excited going up there because we left on Thursday and met them up there and spent Friday, Saturday, and came back Sunday afternoon. So lo and behold, check this out right here. Here, this we've been talking about. Look at here. I got a nice 8-point. It was very special to me, and I'm going to tell you about my emotions and all later on. I'll go through the pictures. Shane and I loaded on it side by side. I'm going to go about that picture. It was just a special time. I want to. What am I going to tell you? All my life, you know, I've been in outdoors, and always when the situation like that happens, I don't kill big bucks every year, but every now and then when I take one. As I walk up to it, I'm flooded with memories of growing up around that kind of situation. I was by myself when I walked up to it. I had to wait an hour. It took him like at 7 o'clock. We agreed to stay in our stands at 8 o'clock. So, and I hit him, and he ran off full speed, but I knew I'd hit him. I had a new 243, and I knew it was on. So, but you know, those emotions, man, did he keep running 12 miles the other way, or did it drop out there in the woods or whatever? So you know. So anyway, I walked out there, and as I got up to him, as I saw him out there, and then that flood of emotions, I have the memories from the days gone by with my dad. He would be by my right side. My brother, my older brother, would be with me. We'd all go up there, and we'd hug, and we'd just be excited about taking that. And all those emotions just come over me, and I welled up with it. Just had tears in my eyes, to be honest with you. That's how I feel about taking game like that. I'm very appreciative. I thank God for the opportunity to be there and the nature we have out there. And it's just very special to me. So it was a special time. And then I text Shane, I think I hit him, and Shane came over and helped me load it up. Here we are loading it up. We got it loaded up after we taking it off there to be cleaned up. And it was exciting. It was just a downright exciting time. I was like a little kid, I guess, but here we are right here. And they have a beautiful place up there. Have a deer cleaning area. Our Shane would be Judge Shane Van, the county judge here. He loves to hunt. He's a good hunter. He really takes care of that place. He goes up there on a regular basis. Those 267 acres he plants and he takes care. And here's Eric Johnson. He's a welding teacher out there at Haney, and there's a Haney bunch out there. Wild Connections of Haney. There's Gail and I, and there's Suzanne Van, and there's Kay. Okay, Eric's wife Kay. Suzanne works there at Haney, and Kay is an administrator up there at Gracefield Bible College or Florida Baptist University, I believe. So you can see. So we did take them shopping. Now look, there's a cool little towns there, Camden, Monroeville, and the girls are happy. Look how happy they are, and they get some Christmas presents. So we went to antique. Look at those antique phones. I just Suzanne's trying to dial a number there, but you don't see that. Here's this Royal Reagan. That's the middle names of his two kids. They've only had it 4 years, but he's done a great job with it. There's the front of it there, and is that not beautiful inside? Just felt so comfortable, and it felt like there were such great hosts and hostess, and it was just really special. And that's a good time. We just had a good time. There we are by the woodpile. Okay, we had a fire going every night, and what a wonderful time we had. And there we got a picture of Shane. Now that's my deer head. Don't get it mixed up. We got evidence now that we did get that deer head in the freezer. Of course, we're going to bring it back down here. So we're excited. Jeff and I are excited about getting some deer sausage. But what a great trip! I just want to share that with you, and I knew you would enjoy that. So got to wrap it up for today. I've wrapped it up on a good note. Y'all do something good for someone else today. Have a great day. Enjoy the outdoors. Take care of it, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.